Women's sports aren't as exciting. Female athletes aren't as strong as men. These are some of the stereotypes that society has made us think that they're correct. Stereotypes are oversimplified ideas or beliefs about a group of people based on their character, like their race, gender, age, nationality, or profession. In sports, women often face the stereotypes that they're less competitive or capable than men, leading to fewer resources, less media coverage, and society undervaluing their achievements. These stereotypes are like invisible forces that shape how we see ourselves and others, especially when it comes to women. Instead of celebrating their dedication and skill, society often focuses on their appearance or questions if their achievements are as good as men's. It's unfair, frustrating, and exhausting.
Hi, I'm Giselle, and today I'm going to be interviewing students on campus and faculty about women's stereotypes in sports.
My name is Trey Gwynn, and I'm a teacher in communication arts at University of the Incarnate Word.
Hi, my name is Susanna. I am a part-time faculty, and I teach event planning in the fall and social media in the spring.
Hi, my name is Christian Dudnick. I'm a student athlete here at UIW.
What are some stereotypes for women in sports?
I think that stereotypes are something that are not just seen in women, but it's also in men, and it's across sports in general. I think that there's a lot of comparisons between men and women. So I think what the expectation is for men, sometimes that is a similar expectation for women as well.
A lot of people generally tend to assume that men are more dominant in sports and stuff, how kind of men are better and women are a little bit less than, and it's especially seen how women are less watched in sports. Take example like the WNBA, you'll see thousands and thousands of people crowded to go to an NBA basketball game, but not a WNBA basketball game.
One of the stereotypes would be that the performance or abilities of women in sports is lesser than men. And one of the reasons that we would say this or think this is we look at patterns in who shows up to the games and how many people attend games and how many people view games. And so what happens is money in the sport is made on ticket sales and other items.
How do you feel about this subject?
You know, I very strongly disagree with the idea that women are less watched than men. I feel like they should be treated equally in the way that we view them, especially for the fact that they haven't done anything different than the men have. They're just born different.
Well, and on one hand, we have to look at societal norms, and we know that advertising dollars are going to go to where viewership is. So on one hand, we just look at it and we say, well, that's what it is. But on the other hand, we can look at it and say, well, what do we wish it were? And what I wish it were was that if people like basketball, they watch people play basketball, regardless of what division, what league, or what classification of it, being men's basketball or women's basketball.
I think that stereotypes are something that society has just kind of conformed to, unfortunately, and it's not just within sports. I think it's just in general, and I think that it's something that hopefully one day in the future, hopefully in the near future, that we can kind of steer clear from, rather than assuming these stereotypes moving forward.
Okay, guys, I'm here today with
Julia Watson.
Okay, so what stereotypes have you experienced as a female athlete?
For me, I'd say it would just have to be men or boys saying that female sports are significantly worse than men's sports, or that just because we're girls that our sport is a lot easier, that anyone can do anything that we can, with our athletic ability.
Okay, how do these stereotypes make you feel or affect your performance?
Personally, I don't let it affect my performance because people are going to say a lot of things and have their own opinions. But I feel like it's really hard for people who are impacted by it heavily and feel that their confidence and talent is stripped away just because of other people's comments and perspectives about women's sports.
Okay, so now we're here with
Riley Jackson.
Okay, so what stereotypes have you experienced as a female athlete?
I would say definitely what Jules said, men or other male athletes just saying that our sport is lesser than, or we might not be as athletic as them, or their sport is harder and whatever. And that's not fun.
Do you think how women athletes are shown in the media changes how people see you?
I do think it changes how female athletes are seen a little bit, because I definitely don't think we're taken as seriously as the male athletes. I feel like we're kind of just like I don't know how to explain it, but it is different for sure.
Okay, now we're here with
Bryn Lesby.
Okay, so what stereotypes have you experienced as a female athlete?
As a female athlete, we definitely still get the stereotype that most athletes are dumb or don't care about school. And in addition, as a female athlete, our passion of our sport gets downplayed as a hobby because it's not taken seriously.
So, how do these stereotypes make you feel or affect your performance?
For me personally, my haters are my motivators, so it honestly just pushes me to do better and kind of just beat the stereotypes. So,
do you think how women athletes are shown in the media changes how people see you?
I think it's definitely changed for the better, because you're seeing a lot more female athletes getting paid with NIL deals and things of that nature, but it's also not in a reality for us in smaller schools, because those bigger schools have more opportunities to have more NIL opportunities, and smaller schools like us don't always have those same opportunities. So it's definitely different.
When you listen to a woman athlete talk about how she's fought for recognition or respect, you start to see that this isn't just a conversation about media or culture. It's about real people with real dreams who have to work twice as hard to be seen for their talents instead of their gender. And that's why this topic matters so much. It's about breaking down barriers so that everyone, no matter their gender, can show up as their whole, authentic selves in sports and in life. For the